So the other day I was looking at videos on the best healers and I realized that a lot of them aren't they're not accurate, or like they're old, they're outdated now. So like, there isn't much stuff in those old videos about the best healers that's important nowadays or is relevant. So like, usually when we think of the best healers, we think of like best healers in any game. We just think of healers that heal the fastest. But in Genshin, due to how much freedom the player has and how they build their characters, it really doesn't matter who your healer is, because if you put enough time into them, they heal a lot. So what I'm trying to say is, players don't want healers like Chi-Chi that can only heal. They want healers like Bennett that with a little bit more investment can heal nearly as much as Chi-Chi and can boost your damage. People don't want healers that can only heal. They want healers that can bring other things to the table besides healing, because frankly in the meta, just healing isn't really enough. Being able to just heal doesn't warrant you being good, because there's so many other characters that can heal just as much as, like, Barbara. There's so many other characters that heal just as much as her and can do more. So why would you have Barbara when you can have Diona, a character that can heal and shield you? That brings me to the title of the video. Jean, Bennett, or Diona? Who should you choose? Or like, who's the best? I feel the answer is obvious, who's the best, but each character is better in different roles, and depending on what your team is, you might need someone else. But let's talk about Bennett, because he is the strongest. He's probably the strongest 4-star support, and I'd say he's tied or maybe even stronger than Zhongli for the strongest support in the entire game. I think he's amazing. Like, he's so, like, you throw him on any team, unless you have him C6 or you're using Hu Tao. You throw him on any team, he'll do you well. Even with Hu Tao, a person needs anti-synergy with, because Hu Tao doesn't like healers, he still slays because his damage boost is insane. And like, his heals are like really good. Like his healing multipliers, when you look at it compared to someone like Diona, he heals a lot. But the real downside to him is his constellations. The fact that his C1 takes him from being A tier to S tier. Obviously it is a C1, but sometimes players can't get even one copy of a character, let alone a single constellation. With how 4-stars are, there's no guarantee of you getting the 4-star you want. There are 56, AR 57 players that don't even have Bennett, So like, there's a group that doesn't have C6 Bennett. So it's like his C1 is, he doesn't need C1, because I will say C0 Bennett is actually, I feel like he never should have had a C1 like the one he has, because it's unbalanced, really unbalanced. It makes him way too strong. At C0 he's already so strong, and then don't get me started on C6. This doesn't affect most people, but the fact that a C6 makes him worse is really bad. People pay to get character copies, and some players paid to make their Bennett worse because they didn't do their research to see if they should get the upgrade, because we assume upgrades make a character stronger, but apparently in Bennett's case, C6 makes him weaker. Unless you're using like a pyro team, but that's one situation it's better in. Every other team, it's worse. Another benefit to him is he's pyro. So he can fill the pyro resonance, giving you more attack on top of his boost. He can just break through enemy wooden shields. Pyro's just great in so many ways. He can help do melt reactions, you know what I mean? He's so good. Because of all these things line up, he just seems, why would you use any other healer over him? And that's why I'm talking about the other healers, because there are situations where you use someone like Jean or Diona over him. So let's talk about Jean then. Jean's a bit unique. Unique in the fact that she's like a support, Instead of Bennett boosts your damage, whereas Jean brings her own damage. And geez, she brings a lot of damage. Like, her damage multipliers on her E, Jesus. And her ultimate, oh my goodness. And the fact that her ultimate heals and it drops like a nuke of damage, it's so good. It's really good. And she's animal, so she can bring enemy resistances down, which is good in itself. So it's similar to getting a Bennett boost. I'd say when it comes to healers you want on your team, there are situations where Jean is better. She's more versatile. How about that? Like, she's good in so many different teams. She's good in so many different roles. Unlike Bennett, who shines as a support, Jean shines as a support, shines as a sub DPS, shines as a healer, shines as a DPS. She's just so good in different roles. She's overall, as a character, even aside from the healing and the support, she's just such a good character to have on your account. She's an asset for your team. And she brings a lot of crowd control too. Like, her crowd control isn't like not even as good as Kazuha's out of all the support animal characters, because all animal characters are supports. I mean, all support animal characters have crowd control abilities. It's a theme of animal. She's probably the worst at crowd control, but then again, she has crowd control, and as far as I know, no other element character has crowd control. And the fact that she has so many other things and can do crowd control, like she can push enemies in corners, things like that. Like, I remember the old Spiral Abyss, not the old one, the previous one, the physical buff one, where the Abyss Lectors, the two Abyss Lectors, Jean was so useful to bunch them together. Right? You could push the Lectors into each other with Jean, keep them together in a group. It's great. Her abilities are just great overall. The only real downside to her is the fact that she's a 5-star, honestly. Although, since she is one of the legacy 5-stars, like standard banner 5-stars, over time she will become a lot more common, since unlike the limited characters, you can get Jean anytime, any banner, pretty much, besides the weapon banner. Now, let's talk about the last character on this list, Diona. Out of these three, Diona, she's kind of weird, because Bennett and Jean, in Bennett's case, he brings extra DPS. In Bennett's case, he brings damage boosting and heals. In Jean's case, as a support, I'm talking, by the way. In Jean's case, she brings her own damage and heals, and she brings enemy resistances down. So these characters both boost your damage in ways, right? Diona, unless you have C6, doesn't boost her damage in any way. So why would I include her here? It's because she's what I would say a very well designed healer. So the main goal of your healer is to heal your team, keep them alive. And Diona is really good at keeping your team alive, because even if she can't heal, she can shield you, preventing you from taking damage. Like, her kit, it's so well synergized when you think about it. Like, she has shields, which are meta. Shields are just so much better than healing overall, but she also brings heals. Okay? She can also cleanse, like, their debuffs you get. And having Diona, depending on the debuff, she can get rid of the debuff in Spiral Abyss. So she's good at that. Jean can also do that, and I think Bennett can. But, like, she's not there to give you damage. She's there to make your character stay alive. And I feel like she synergizes well with characters like Ganyu. So for Ganyu, Bennett would give you damage, but if you're struggling to land your aim shots, or if you're struggling to not get interrupted with Ganyu, for example, because Ganyu has a 2-second charge up time, like, her charge up time isn't that big for how much damage she brings, but like, she gets interrupted, she gets knocked around. So having someone like Diona to give you a shield and the heals combined in one is just so beneficial. And her higher constellations are pretty damn meta. I mean, look at C6. That's she becomes an EM booster there, and I have her C5, so that's kind of annoying that I don't have her C6, but I'll get her one day. So now let's circle back when it comes to these three characters. How do you know who's the right one on your team? Let's say you own all three, because I own all three, so, and I have all three of them built, so I feel like I know a thing or two. How do you know which healer your team needs? So if your team needs more damage overall, then bring someone like Jean or Bennett. Okay? Choose whichever one you like more. Even though Bennett is stronger, choose Jean if you like her more. I do like Jean more, but like, just choose the one you like more. But if your team is having struggles staying alive, and is having troubles, and you have trouble dodging attacks, go for Diona. So yeah, that's the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, leave a like and share the video with your friends, family, whatever. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this, if you learned stuff, I don't know, like, you know, just let me know what you liked or even hated about this video. If you didn't like the video, then dislike it, who cares? Anyways, that's it for today's video. Bye guys.